Hello everyone. Today's video is about the runes. I will talk about where to get them, what materials are needed, and which stats to get, along with some tips and recommendations. Without further ado, let's get started. First of all, it's important to know what the runes are. As we can see, they add stats bonuses or ability to our equipments. Weapon, armor, and accessory each uses different type of rune, which we will see later. First step is to go to the NPC Sumina. This is where we can carve runes on the equipments. We can find 3 tabs here. First one is the rune carving. Here, we use the rune item to add or change stat or ability of the equipment. This works similar to the Akashic weapon. The result we get is random, but we can choose if we want the new stat or not. Second tab is for opening the rune slots. Weapon and armors can have a total of 5 slots, while accessories can only have 1 slot. This may change in the future. First slot is usually open when we get an equipment. We need rune potion to unlock more slots. There are 2 types of rune potion, low and high rune potion. With low potion, there is a fixed chance to open the slot. And as we open more slots, this chance becomes lower. High potion, on the other hand, guarantees the slot opening. Low rune potions can be obtained from the Tower of Time exchange, events, and also the gacha. High rune potion is only obtainable by gacha and as a gift from developers. Last tab is for converting our weapons into pure crystals. And as we can see, there are 2 types of pure crystals, common and item type. Also note that the gacha equipments give 10 times more crystals than the crafted and drop ones. Next step is to go to the NPC deck. Here, we can find all kind of runes. As I had mentioned before, weapons, armors, and accessories each use different type of rune. These runes are also further divided into different categories. Let's look into each of these one by one. First are the weapon runes. Each weapon has its own rune type. These runes are further divided into 3 rarity types: general, quality, and rare. I will tell later what we can get from these. Aside from the NPC deck, weapon runes can also be obtained from the event and gacha. Next are the armor runes, which are basically same as the weapon runes, but stats obtained are a bit different. Top, head, and bottom each need different rune. Here is a chart to understand which runes can be obtained for weapons and armors. But note that this chart is for the rare runes. For other runes, our friend Incorvo from Super Spammer server had done this experiment. Simply put, general runes give maximum 60% of these stats, and quality runes give 80%. Last ones are the accessory runes. They are different from weapon and armor runes. An important thing to note is, accessory runes can only be used on the accessories dropped from the rune bosses. Rune bosses are also where we get the materials for these. Each boss has 2 types of rune. One focuses on defense, and other focuses on offense. So, there are a total of 8 different accessory runes. Each of these provide raw stats and special stats. Raw stats are different for each rune set. Some stats may be higher or lower for other bosses, while special stats depend on the individual rune. For example, skill power stat only come from the Raging rune. As there are many different stats for accessory runes, I cannot show all of them. I suggest checking the database of Super Spammer Discord server. Also join my Discord server if you're interested. Links are in the description of this video. Lastly, I would like to suggest which runes to use. This is based on my personal experience. Adjust them to your own needs. First of all, for weapons, I recommend only using the runes from the event. If you are really desperate or rich, then go ahead with general runes from the NPC deck. Do keep in mind that the pure crystals are not easy to come by. and we also need them for Hestia and Idea weapons. As for the stats, I suggest getting attack and element attack. Damage factor is also good if you are lucky. Also, I don't recommend opening additional slots on weapons. For the armor runes, I suggest using the general runes only. But in this case, we can freely use the pure crystals. Feel free to buy them from the NPC deck. Main reason for picking general runes is because they don't require the common pure crystals, which are required by the accessory runes. As for the stats, aim for the defense and magic defense. I recommend opening all the slots for armors. For the accessory runes, since there are so many, I have listed the important ones from each boss and category. You can search them in the database, or just ask about them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you next time.